Dr. Sonja Schrepfer from University of California, San Francisco, and she's going to talk to us about her experiment with immune cells in space. So, Dr. Schrepfer, before we begin, can you tell us about how you got interested in science?
Yeah, and thank you for having me, Angela. I became interested in science like during high school, not necessarily during the school sessions, but our school was participating in a science competition. And that is really when I got really interested, because I loved the environment, I loved the different scientists discussing the posters, the strategies, the ideas, and also how the scientific community worked with each other. So that overall environment was really the very first time when I became really interested in it. And after that, I just continued participating and thinking about science.
So, how did you decide on cardiac surgery?
So I wanted to go into cardiac surgery for a really long time. I don't really know what the trigger was there, but I was interested in it. So I started med school, and after med school, I went into cardiac surgery and started my training there. And I was really interested in transplantation and the immune system, because transplantation, you transplant different organs from one person into another, and the immune system recognizes the organs as foreign and starts rejecting them. So I was interested in that overall concept from the beginning.
Okay, so you were doing the surgeries, seeing the outcomes that weren't always ideal because of the immune rejection. Is that where you decided to move into research, from being in the field, so to speak, doing the surgeries, going into the research?
That describes it really perfectly. Okay. So I was frustrated in the clinic that for the rejection part you have certain medications, but the field wasn't moving, we didn't really understand the mechanism. And that was the time when I said I leave the clinic completely and I turned towards immunology and basic research.
All right, wonderful. Now, you were practicing in Germany, and now we're here in San Francisco. How did that come to be?
That was a lucky circumstance. I think I was in the Bay Area for my postdoc, and then later as faculty, but decided to go back to Germany and started my lab over there. But then with getting more interested into space flight and NASA grants and having the opportunity to work at UCSF on those topics, that made me decide to return to the Bay Area in 2015.
Okay. So can you summarize your research for our students so that they can get a basic understanding at this point of what you're doing right now?
So we are interested in the immune system, and the immune system can be something good when it fights infections and protects us from viruses or bacteria, but it also can be something suboptimal, like the rejection we discussed with organ transplantation, but also when you get an aged immune system, the immune system affects our overall health. So our research really tries to understand how those immune changes happening and why there is an aging of the immune system, and then how that affects our overall body recovery and regeneration.
Orion's Quest is so excited to have our students working with you and for you in analyzing data. Do you have any suggestions or comments that you would like to share with students in terms of how to get to where they want to be in their path in science?
Yeah, I think it's really being curious and then using the methods available and asking the right questions. And I think you can only ask the right questions if you have a good problem statement. So understanding the problem is also something we find really helpful and important.
Sure, excellent. And any encouragement that you can give to our students as they begin analyzing your work?
Yeah, just hang in there. So the scientific life really is a lot of putting work and effort in you don't see, but then in the end, when you look at the overall result, it's a really good, rewarding feeling. So I think just hang in there during the time of analysis, and then at the time you are done looking at the body of work is really rewarding.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for your time today, for offering our students the opportunity to learn from you and learn with you as they analyze data.
Thank you, and I want to thank the students that you really participate in Orion Quest and helping us. Thank you.